Hi guys, and welcome back to the Video Game with Powers. I'm Jake. In today's video, I'll be showing you a solo playthrough of the board game Fairytale, coming to you guys from Smartup in Big Board Theory Games. Now, if you guys are interested in Fairytale, it is currently live on GameFound right now. Go ahead and check the link down in my description below. That will take you to the campaign page, which will give you a lot more information, really cool pictures, and more videos on this particular game. As I mentioned, guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough, and we are going to be taking on the Tanglewood Warriors scenario. So let's go ahead and jump down to the table where we got everything set up, ready to go. All right, guys, so we're down here at the table where we have everything set up for our solo playthrough of Fairytale. I do want to mention, guys, that this is a prototype version of the game, so everything that you see here is subject to change. So we are taking on the Tanglewood Warriors scenario. I will be taking on the role of Christian, the little hamster here. And so I got my dagger, I got some chainmail, I got two of my special abilities here. I got everything set up, and then we have the map set up. Now, as I mentioned previously in my other video, guys, I was not sent a copy of the scenario booklet at all, so I did have to print this stuff out, and it is in black and white. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the colored pages of this particular story when I'm reading up on the screen so you guys can follow along and have a colored picture. So let's go and start off with this page number 1, our Tanglewood Warriors story overview. So we're going to be starting from tile 2B, and our heroes must explore the map by reading the corresponding entries to enter the Lacedaemonian city, which is 5A, and find how Naya the Fox is involved with the Lacedaemons. If Naya the Fox notices our heroes or completes her objectives, our heroes will lose the story. And so you can see here, guys, how the map was supposed to be set up with all the different treasure chests. So, you know, we're starting in tile 2B over here on the left-hand side. You have tile 9A, which is supposed to have 2 fire, 1 chest mini, the Badger's mini, and 1 blue Evergem. Tile 11A, 2 fire, 1 chest mini, and 1 red Evergem. Tile 10A, tile 5A, and tile 6B. All right, back here at the table, you can see how kind of everything was set up. So 2B, where we're starting, we are trying to get to 5A. The Badgers were 9A, 11A, 10A, and 6B. So that is how the map was constructed. All right, guys, well, let's continue to proceed here with our introduction. So it says, beneath the towering canopy of ancient trees filled with thorns, where the forest itself seems to hold its breath, deep in the Tanglewood Grove, lies a hidden stronghold, the city of Lacedaemons, a fearsome nation of badgers. This fortress of a city, nestled within the dense heart of Tanglewood Grove, is said to be impenetrable. Protected by thick thorn trees and impassable brambles, and guarded by its fierce warriors, it is a place where few outsiders dare to tread. The rumors have led our heroes to this very spot. In the previous story, the groundhog spoke of seeing ironclad badgers near their barn. If these creatures haven't allied with the fox, what could they be doing here? Their sudden appearance at the farm was no coincidence. What do they stand to gain from such an alliance? And what is the fox seeking within the stronghold of the Lacedaemonian nation? As the heroes approach the grove, a familiar figure emerges on the horizon. Silhouetted against the fading light, Naya the Fox strides through the entrance, her emerald cloak billowing in the wind. She is here, but why would such a cunning trickster venture into a place as secluded and perilous as this? In the distance, the soft rustle of leaves and the rhythmic pounding of a war drum signal the presence of the Badgers. Our heroes cannot hope to challenge an entire city in open combat. Our heroes stand before the entrance of the grove, where a patrol of well-armed badgers is stationed. The guards have not noticed them yet. Fighting is an option, but doing so will surely draw attention, and more badgers will eventually take their place. Alternatively, the heroes can wait for the patrol to pass before making their move. So we have 2 options available to us right here, guys. Option number 1, we can move to tile 9A, and then we would read entry number 4. If the badger's miniature is on the tile, we must remember to read entry A on the next page, which I'll go over in just a second. Or option number 2, we can roll the story die and wait for the Lacedaemon city guards to pass. Repeat this option or choose another option from this entry. Now, before we go into these options, guys, there's 2 things that I want to cover really quickly. The first one is if we're playing a story chapter, which we are in this particular instant, each hero may upgrade 2 action cards. Each hero chooses and starts with 2 offensive and 2 defensive path token available to them, and each hero chooses 1 token from the list below. If you are playing solo, choose 2 tokens instead. So let's go ahead and take care of these story chapters first. So whenever you need to upgrade a card, all right, you are going to have bronze, silver, and gold, okay? So when it says upgrade a card, you will take any card from your deck. You will choose one of your bronze cards and upgrade. You must upgrade both your bronze cards, upgrade to bronze cards first, and then you must upgrade to silver cards next, and then you must upgrade to gold cards last, okay? So there's gonna be a turn process with this. So what we're gonna do is we are going to grab both of these, and just for the sake of time here, what I'm going to do is randomly pick 2 cards, and this is probably to my detriment here. We will select this one, and we're gonna drop both these 2 bronze cards into our deck of 10 cards here and give this a shuffle, and that will be our starting hand. The next thing we would do, guys, is we could get 2 offensive and 2 defensive path tokens. So these path tokens are these tokens right here. So again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to choose 2. I'm just going to stick with the original ones I have. So this one is I cannot be a target for attacks. So I would essentially spend a evasive token here to dodge that one. The other one is on hit, inflict 1 additional damage to the same unit. All right, so I will spend a lightning bolt. I would spend a lightning bolt to activate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're gonna slide those cards right there, and then the rest is going to form my deck, which will be beneath. All right, the very last thing, guys, if we have the option to upgrade. So looking at this piece of paper right here, we can choose 2. So it probably is going to behoove me to choose a weapon and a armor. Now, looking at these 4 weapons available to me, only 2 of these are going to match my current weapon or my board that I have. And so we look at, it's the second and third one. Now, when looking at these guys, I have a couple options to decide. So these numbers on these weapons are indicate the tokens that I can assign basically during combat. So this hammer right here is going to give me 3 pierce tokens and 1 boost, essentially. Again, the boost is used to activate that offensive ability. These wooden daggers are what I can assign by playing cards to the combat with the action cards. So I think here really I am going to do the hammer because that's going to give me 3 daggers. So let me drop the hammer down there. All right, that will just fill in that slot there. This will allow me to generate 1 more dagger. And then I think the next thing what I'm going to do is well, there's only 1 armor that I can grab. I don't have a choice. So we're going to upgrade this chainmail, and this is going to give me a 3rd defensive token right here. So now I am fully set up. Okay, we still have one more thing in regards to the setup, and then we're gonna dive right in, guys. So this is pertaining to the story die. So let's take a look at this page or these excerpts here. So when I roll this story die, I'm going to either get a blue gem, red gem, or yellow gem. If a blue gem is resolved, so it says every time you roll for a gem on the story die, or a blue gem really, it should say every time you roll a blue gem on the story die, move the badger's miniature to the next tile with a blue gem without removing that blue gem. So they would go from 9A to 11A to 10A to 6B. When they reach 6B, they begin moving in the opposite direction from gem to gem until they return to 9A, and they will repeat this pattern. If the heroes are in combat with the badgers, we are going to ignore the blue gem on the story die and the badger's miniature does not move. If you roll for a blue gem while there are no Lacedaemon city guards on the map, we will place a new badger's miniature on 6B. Immediately upon meeting the Lacedaemon guards, there's going to be a read in entry A, which Hopefully we don't get to that point, but if we do, I'll put it on the screen. So that is the blue gems, guys. Let's go and take a look at the red one. So if a red gem pops up, it says Naya is up to no good. She is moving from house to house and speaking with the badgers. You must not let her complete her plan. Every time you roll a red gem, move Naya the fox's miniature to a house on 5A and remove one red gem from that same map point. When no red gems on the map when no red gems remain on the map, remove Naya the Fox's miniature from the map and read entry number 17. So that is when we roll a red. And then the last one is a yellow. So in this story, yellow serves two functions. Number one, yellow gems represent powerful materials used to upgrade your weapon and armor. Place 3 in the chest on 5A, distribute 0, 1, and 2 among the remaining chests, shuffle them, and randomly place 2 of them on 9A and 11A. Now, I've already done this. I'm not quite sure if you do this already or like you have to wait till you get your first yellow gem to do this. If you guys know, drop that down in the comments below for me, please. And then the second function is yellow gems are placed on Naya the Fox to symbolize her growing suspicion of being watched. Each time our heroes fail a challenge or begin combat, add a yellow gem to Naya the Fox. If there are 4 or more gems on Naya the Fox, she realizes she's being followed, which will have bad consequences for our heroes. Read entry number 16. All right, so that's kind of the setup. Let's go ahead and go back to our options here. So option number 1 was move to 9A and read entry number 4, or roll the story dice and wait for the Lacedaemonian guards to pass. Let's go ahead and roll our story dice. Okay, so we have a yellow. All right, so let me make sure. See, this is where it's confusing to me. I don't know what I would do in this case. Would I? Says yellow gems are placed to symbolize her growing suspicion. Each time our heroes fail a challenge or begin combat, add a yellow. So I haven't failed a challenge or I'm not beginning combat. Maybe I just reallocate the treasure chest here. And so 1 on 5A is going to have 3, and then 9A and 11A. So I got some mix up in here. Let's just mix these up and we'll do that. So I'm not quite sure if that's how that one is supposed to work for doing a story, for doing a gem. But now my options are, again, I can move to 9A and read 4, which I don't want to move to 9A yet. So we are going to roll a story die and wait for the city guards to pass again and see what happens. So let's see. All right, we have a red. Wow, this is not starting out very good for me. So every time you roll a red, we are going to move Naya the Fox miniature to a house on 5A, and we are going to remove, and actually the house is behind her, and we are going to remove a red from the same map point. So she will move to this house over here. We will remove this red from the map points. And we are going to continue. So roll the story dice again. I do not want to go into combat. Give me some luck. I got yellow. All right. So yellow. Again, I guess we're just going to mix these up. I'm just going to swap them. Not sure what happens if I roll that yellow dice. So repeat this option or choose another option from the entry. All right, come on. Give me something blue. Finally. Here we go. Okay. So they will move from 9A to 11A. So they're going to be walking that way. So now I can move to 9A, okay, and read entry 4. So we're going to move to 9A and read entry number 4. So let me pop this up. Okay. Even at its very entrance, the Tanglewood Thorn is a maze of thick brambles twisting and coiling around the badger-made pass. The unwelcoming vegetation only seems to grow thicker and thornier as our heroes press on. Roll the story dice. Okay, let's roll the story dice here. And we get a yellow, so I'll swap these two. Okay, again, if I'm making a mistake with that, guys, please drop that down in the comments below and let me know. So our options are, we can explore the entrance of the Grove in read entry number 5. We can move to 11A and read entry number 6, move to 2B and read entry number 2, or roll the story dice and wait for the city guards to pass. You know what? Let's go ahead and explore the entrance of the Grove over here to read entry number 5. So despite the unwelcoming brambles, our heroes decide to press on beyond the badger-made path. Soon they find themselves approaching a ruined mill. From inside, they hear a buzzing sound, the unmistakable hum of a wasp's nest. Oh no. The once sturdy windmill built by the badgers now stands in decay. It has long been abandoned and overrun by pests, yet who knows? Perhaps some valuable loot remains hidden within its crumbling walls. Roll these story dice. All right, let's roll this particular story dice, and we get that's a red, I believe. That is a red. Ay. This is no bueno. Naya the Fox is doing what Naya the Fox does. Okay, options. Number 1, the heroes may perform an attack 2 challenge to fight off the wasps and search the abandoned mill for treasure, and then we can begin a challenge, or we can ignore the abandoned mill and return to number 4. You know what? I don't want to... let's do it. Why not? Why not? You guys are here to see some gameplay. Let's do some gameplay. Okay. All right, so the heroes may perform an attack 2 challenge to fight off the wasp and search the abandoned mill for treasure. Begin a challenge. So let's look through my available cards here. And I am looking for the fire symbol. And ideally, I would probably want to... I think I want to do this fire symbol right here. So I would like to do this fire symbol. So I play that fire symbol, and this would allow me to roll 2 dice. All right, and then I would also be allowed to roll 2 story dice as well. Now, my understanding of the rules, and I could be playing this wrong, it says basically, when I play these components, I have to have these components on my board. So for example, like if I was doing a craftsmanship challenge, I do have craftsmanship challenges and tokens that I can move. So like when you play these action cards, you have these wooden tokens that you move onto, whether these challenges or spend these challenges, or when you're fighting, you move tokens from your board. Here's what's interesting though. In the solo, what I can do is normally, like I would roll these 2 dice right here. This would be count as a success. I would remove one of my tokens and then remove one of those particular tokens. In the solo mode, with the underdog dice, they do not remove anything. So technically, what I could do is roll both of these and see what my results are. And yeah, so in this particular case, I did not get any successes from the underdog dice. So I did get 2 successes from these dice, but I have no fire tokens unless I can use these particular tokens right here as my attack, because it does say a attack 2 challenge. So that's what's going to be interesting about this. So I'm not quite sure how to play this right. It could either be option number 1. We do have a... if I had fire tokens, but see, I don't know where you would put these fire tokens on your board. I would have to have fire tokens. I would take those fire tokens off to complete this, or option number 2, which I'm leaning pretty sure what it might be, is I use my weapon tokens here to do that. So that's how I'm gonna play it. Again, guys, if I am making a mistake, please drop that down in the comments below. I do apologize for that. So I have 2 successes. So I would need to remove 1 wooden token to remove 1 fire. I would need to remove a secondary wooden token to remove another fire as well. Now, also on these action cards, I do have my symbol of my talent, okay? So it's my understanding as well, when you play these action cards, if one of these action cards does have a talent on them, you can resolve that talent as well. And my talent is, let me double check, I do believe it's, I can take the top card of the deck, or a deck. In this particular case, it would be my deck. And what is it right here? Let me double check. Christian the Hamster, reveal up to X action cards from the top of a hero deck. The hero whom the action card belongs to may immediately play one. So let me make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's my hand. I played this, reveal a card from my deck, and I may immediately play it. Ooh. There we go. I may immediately play it, and I'm going to use it for this side of the log to gain. Well, I can't use it to gain because you can only gain up to your maximum. So ideally, this would be worthless to me because I cannot gain any good resources, but I could gain, oh, actually, I think I could use it to gain 3 attack. So I think that's what I could use it for with the fire symbol there. So I could use it to gain up to 3. My weapon can only hold 3. So I would only be essentially gaining 2. So these 2 cards are going to be discarded. So I'm going to put them over to the side. That is, again, that's my interpretation of trying to read through the rules of how that particular challenge would work. So I have been successful. I use my talent. So let's see back on the entry here. So it says, if the heroes succeed, all heroes lose 1 health from the wasp's sting. We open the treasure chest and receive your rewards. And then we are returning to entry number 4. Okay, so we lose 1 health in the process of doing that, but we do get to peek in our treasure chest, and what do we have? We have 1 yellow gem. All right, we have 1 yellow gem, and I'm gonna leave this treasure chest open, and we're gonna drop it in our little bucket over here. That is our reward. I do not think that was worth it. We are returning back to entry number 4. Okay, so we've already done number 1 and explored the grove here. We can move to 11A, move back to 2B. We want to keep pressing forward. We don't want to move to 11A yet, so we need to roll the story dice. Blue. Okay, let me just confirm that is a blue. That is a blue. So he goes to 11A. Do they go to 10A? Let me double check. They'll go to 10A to 6B. Okay, so they are moving to 10A. So they're right there. We've rolled the story dice or choose another option from this entry. Okay, option number 2, we are moving to 11A and we are going to read entry number 6. Let me pull this up here. All right. From here, our heroes catch a glimpse of the grand city of Lacedaemon. Perched high above the grove, isolated atop a steep rocky hill, its towering white walls stand impenetrable. Our heroes must be drawing closer, yet no path presents itself to scale the steep, unforgiving cliffs that guard the city's heights. There must be some other way in. Option, we can move to 10A and read number 8, move to 9A, then read number 4, explore this part of the grove, read number 7, or roll the story die and wait for the badgers to pass. Okay, so I'm assuming if I explore again, I'm gonna have to do some sort of attack challenge. Why not? Let's go through it. So, entry number 7. The heroes search this part of the grove for a way to reach the city, but with no luck. Instead, they discover a small outpost. Its wooden walls are reinforced with iron and a dim lantern flickers by the entrance. Inside, a guard sleeps soundly in his chair, his spear resting against the wall. If searched, the outpost may hold useful equipment. So, options. The heroes may perform an attack 2 challenge to incapacitate the sleeping guard and claim the treasure hidden within the outpost. Begin a challenge. All right. Or I can move to 9A, move to 10A, move to 2B. We're going to perform an attack 2 challenge to incapacitate the sleeping guard and claim the treasure. So, let's see what I need. Let's use this one right here. So we'll use this card to give me 2 attack for this particular challenge. So I would roll 2 dice, 2 underdog dice, and 2 weapon dice. And let's see what we get. Okay, so I have 1 regular success, and then I have 2 underdog dice successes. So what's good about the underdog dice, whenever I get a success on the underdog dice, I do not have to spend a wooden token. So I have completed my challenge, which would knock these two off the board. And let's see what our reward is. If the heroes succeed, open the treasure chest and receive your rewards. Choose another option. Let's see what we get in here. 2 yellow gems. Woo! Let's drop them in my little bag and we'll leave that chest open, indicating that we have indeed opened that chest. Now, let's see. Let's go back to 9A. All right, we're gonna go back to 9A, read entry number 4, which would allow us to move to 11A. So essentially we would just move back to 11A to read entry number 6. Remember, entry number 6 allows us to go to 10A. Back to 9A, we've already explored the grove, or roll the story dice. Let's roll the story dice. And that is a blue, so the Badgers will move to 6B. Okay, let's go ahead and maneuver to 10A. Here's what's gonna be tricky, man. All right, we're moving over to 10A, and we are reading entry number 8. So, even though our heroes are now in the very heart of the grove, the unwelcoming vegetation suddenly gives way. Here the land has been shaped by careful hands, small farms, winding roads, and sturdy outposts now stand where wild brambles once ruled. The Badgers have tamed this unforgiving thicket. Had our heroes not seen it with their own eyes, they would scarcely believe that such an inhospitable tangle of thorns could be transformed into a place of order and purpose. They can even see the city gates from here, heavily guarded by many ironclad badgers. Roll the story dice. Please, Jesus, do not give us a blue. We get a yellow. All right. So maybe now with the yellow is when we reset the treasure chests. Not quite sure. Just gonna leave the treasure chest open as is. But maybe that might be a freebie. Okay. So we're good. So we can search for a way into the Lacedaemonian city, 5A, by reading entry number 9. We can move to 6B to read 11, move to 11A for 6. Roll the story dice. If the heroes have succeeded in the challenge on 10A, they can move to 5A and read number 12. So let's go with... search for a way into the Lacedaemonian city, read number 9. Okay, we'll do that one. In the distance, our heroes see the large walls of the Lacedaemonian city shining brightly in the morning sun. The heavy iron gate is tightly shut, with many badgers patrolling the walls and guarding the gates to deter any unwelcome guests from stepping foot inside. It would be foolish to try and knock on the city's door. As our heroes search for an alternative way in, they spot a cluster of tents nestled among the trees. At first glance, it appears to be a formidable war camp, but as they draw closer, the illusion fades. It is merely a small temporary encampment. Scattered supplies lie about, and a fire recently extinguished still smolders faintly. Inside one of the tents, our heroes find a few sets of Lacedaemonian armor. A clever idea sparks in their mind. What if they used them to disguise themselves as Lacedaemonians? With the right disguise, they might slip past the guards, enter the city unnoticed, and spy on the fox to uncover her scheme. Options. The heroes may perform a craftsmanship 4 challenge to disguise themselves and their allies as Lacedaemonians. Begin the challenge. Heroes can repeat this challenge any number of times. Each time they fail, remember to place one, I believe that's yellow, to Naya, and we can return to number 8. All right, we're doing a craftsmanship number 4 challenge. Ooh, that is brutal. I don't actually, oh, this is a 3. Okay, we will play this craftsmanship number 3, and it does have a 1 on it, so I would be able to roll 3 of my dice. Okay, and 3 underdog dice. Let's see what we got here, guys. All right. Oh, I lucked out. Whew. Whoo-wee. Okay, so I have, oh no, we needed 4. Oh my goodness. That is a travesty. Okay, so we'll go with this roll right here. Let's go 2 successes. So I'll take off 2 of my craftsmanship to take off 2 of theirs. Okay, I get 1 automatic success, so 1 gets taken off. All right, so that is finished. However, I do have a talent on this card, which allow me to do the top card of the deck and play it. And we don't have anything of a craftsmanship note. I can't get any resources from that because I'm maxed out on resources. So that is technically the end for me now. Okay, so I did this. Let's see what this says. The heroes may perform a craftsmanship 4 challenge to disguise themselves and their allies as Lacedaemonians begin a challenge. If the heroes succeed, our heroes are disguised. Heroes can repeat this challenge any number of times. Each time they fail, remember to place 1 yellow gem on Naya. So we did fail. So we're going to put 1 gem on Naya, and we're going to go ahead and try again. So do I have... Oh, guys, this is a travesty. I do not have any... Can I get any craftsmanship? Ooh, this is brutal. I guess I would play... The best way to do is maybe play this card. It gives me 3 talents. I could flip a card from the top of my deck and see what happens. I think I think I'm playing this correctly. So I would play this. This essentially gives me nothing, but then I would be able to flip 3 cards from the top of my deck. I would have 2. So one of these is a craftsmanship challenge. So 1 dice, and then I need to reshuffle. So let's reshuffle my deck and draw 1 more. So I would use essentially all 3 of these cards, and I would only get 1 because you can't keep redrawing cards over and over again. So I'm assuming that's how I am interpreting this. So 1 and 1. Okay, I do have a success. I do have 1, and we have completed it. Again, guys, I do apologize if I am playing this correctly or playing this incorrectly. Please go ahead and make sure to correct me down in the comments below to make sure I am playing this the right way, because we're going to have a 2-player playthrough. Want to make sure that one is perfect. Okay, we were successful that time. So our heroes are disguised as Lacedaemonians. Read entry number 10. Let's check this one out. Okay, our heroes have donned the armor of the Lacedaemonians. Their breastplates are big and heavy to hide their bodies, and the helmets are large enough to completely hide their faces. To any onlooker, they are indistinguishable from the city's own guards. But will this disguise hold? With steady steps and quiet determination, they press forward, hoping no keen-eyed guard sees through their disguise as they attempt to slip into the city unnoticed. For the rest of the story, the Lacedaemonian city guards will not interact with our heroes, even if they are on the same tiles as them. Additionally, our heroes can now enter the Lacedaemonian city unnoticed. So options: move to 5A or return to 8. We're going to move to 5A. We're sneaking up in here behind this treasure chest. So let's read entry number 12. As our heroes pass through the gates of the city, its beauty catches their eye. The houses are made of gleaming white stone, sparkling in the morning sun, and the streets are lined with the vibrant plants and well-sculpted statues. In the heart of the city, the loud roar of a crowd fills the air. There, a grand arena stands packed with city folk. The Badger King declared a grand competition, a mighty test of skill and strength, where only the bravest could hope to triumph. There would be running, jumping, wrestling, and other feats of great endurance, each more challenging than the last. Only a true hero, powerful and strong of heart, could conquer them all. And for the victor, a treasure beyond measure. Every moment spent within the arena brought Naya's wicked plan ever closer to fruition. Roll the story die. All right, let's roll the story die here. We have a yellow. I'm going to ignore that. So options. If our heroes choose to enter the contest, we can begin a challenge. The heroes may perform a power 4 challenge. They can spend only 2 encounter phases to complete it. Otherwise, they fail the challenge and can repeat it. If the heroes succeed, open their treasure chest and receive rewards. If they fail, abandon. Okay, so I cannot actually complete this in 2 challenges because I only have 1 power. Unless... yeah, we're not going to try that. I don't want to try that. We will search for Naya the Fox, read entry number 15. Okay. Looking around, it wasn't long before our heroes spot Naya the Fox wandering the city. As she approaches, the fear of being noticed overwhelms them, but their clever disguise outsmarts even the cunning Naya, who passes by without a second glance. Our heroes follow her as she moves from door to door, speaking to Lacedaemonian warriors and promising them power and wealth. She was gathering an army, 1 badger at a time. Our heroes must go and tell their trusted ally, Aunt Maple, what they have discovered. She must know that Naya is missing an army, for the whole forest could be in danger. Proceed to story number 6, a cunning scheme. All right, guys. Well, look, that actually seems to be the conclusion of this Tanglewood Warriors scenario. This was more of a sneaking around type of scenario here. Alrighty, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this solo playthrough of Fairytale, and this was kind of a interesting scenario where I was sneaking and quiet and working on building my character. We do have a 2-player playthrough coming up of a different scenario here. That one is called, what is that? Whiskers in the Wheat. So, little sneak preview for that one. Me and Sierra will be taking on whatever is going on in the Whiskers in the Wheat, and hopefully we can get some combat going for you in that one. But if you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, comment down below if you saw any mistakes again, or what are your thoughts and opinions on this particular board game. And as always, guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing some more awesome content. All right, guys, y'all have a great one. Bye.